we are the Sunday Morning Knitters. I'm Melanie from Connecticut.
And I'm Chelsea from Michigan.
And you can find me on Instagram as MelanieMatos_, and on Ravelry as TheNewGirlKnits.
And you can find me on both Instagram and Ravelry as chelmarca.
Yay! So welcome to episode 5. I can't believe we're already at 5 episodes.
I know. And we've had a couple, 2-week breaks in between, but we're still here.
Yeah.
Coming strong, so.
I know. It's been a busy...
It helps.
Yeah.
It helps with the 2 weeks because we can get, quite a bit done and quite a bit of knitting done and a lot more for everyone to see, so.
So true. So true.
Yeah.
Plus, it's just been busy. I feel like anytime it's, end of summer, beginning of fall, all this stuff always comes up. Every year, September to October, the first week of October is so busy for me.
Same here.
It's crazy. Here. So you just got back from vacation. How was that?
Yeah, it was so much fun. It was different because I was with my nephew and my brother and my sister-in-law the entire time, and I have never been around a toddler for that long before, for a period of time. So it was tiring.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was very tiring. I am used to having my own schedule, but and the time change too kind of kicked my butt. So I was up by 6 every morning and in bed by 8:30 every night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but we got a lot done. We did a lot. We went to Disneyland, so that was fun. I've never been there before.
Mm-hmm.
We got to ride quite a few of the rides. We did the Fast Pass, and that definitely was worth it.
Oh yeah.
I've never done that before. We have Cedar Point that's pretty close to us, where you have to wait 2.5 hours to 3 hours for one ride.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's
crazy.
and then you're there, you drive all that ways, and you only get to ride a couple of rides the whole entire day.
Right.
So yeah, so the Fast Pass is definitely worth the extra amount of money.
Oh, I know. It's nice too because you're there for one day, so you're spending more to get the Fast Pass, but it's so true. You're cutting lines and. We never used to do it. We would go to Orlando a lot. We never used to do it, but now it's just gotten so crazy busy that you can't actually enjoy the park unless you pay the extra money to use the Fast Pass. But for the people
and it's expensive.
Oh yeah, it's almost the same price as getting a ticket to go there. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the truth. And then the other time we were in Indio, California, which is by Palm Desert.
Yeah.
Or Palm Springs. See, I knew this was going to happen. Let me put it inside real quick. Tell about your week.
I know. So my week wasn't too crazy, but before that I was in Austin. So it was just a lot of getting back into my routine and then catching up on knitting. So I've had, this week has been nice because it's been kind of slow compared to, the past couple weeks, but... Even still, I feel that the pressure of, the last few days before Rhinebeck is, kicking in. I'm oh my god, there's so much stuff I have left to do. It's crazy.
I feel the same way. That's why, last night I was up till, 2:30 in the morning trying to get things done. And then, tonight I'm okay, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
So everything is, I'm trying to, plan it out perfectly.
Yeah. I have a list
why do we
going.
Put this unneeded stress on ourselves?
I know. I kind of, I love it, though, at the same time, because I'm so productive. It's crazy. It's a little stressful, but it's, a fun kind of stress, and I have made so much stuff in the past few weeks just getting ready for Rhinebeck. Even this morning, I woke up and I sewed my project bags because I was okay, I have to get that done. I'm not doing this during the week. Today's the only day I can do it. And I knocked those out and...
Nice.
Oh, yeah. It's been good. So now I'm kind of, coasting. I have, a couple small, I want to do fingerless mitts because it's going to be chilly. I want to knit one more hat and finish up a shawl, and so I should be okay. But...
Yeah. I think I'm good with knitwear that I'm gonna make. I'm not gonna put any more stress on myself with that because I've made so much throughout this year. I've knit so many sweaters that I'll just wear one of those and you know what I mean. It's not. I don't need a sweater another sweater just for Rhinebeck.
Right.
So I have a couple. I already and then my mom's going and she doesn't knit, so she'll wear one of my sweaters too.
Yeah.
So it'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be good. And I don't know. I had a lot of knit time, like last week while on vacation. Like I sat by the pool and I knit. So, and it was crazy. Everyone was talking there like, oh my gosh, you came at such a great time because it was actually cool for them, which is like 85 to 90 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
So they were like, it's such a great time for you to be here. And I'm like still sweating because I'm not used to that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So, but it was fun. And then, you know what I noticed every single time I fly is that all the stewardesses are always so interested in what I'm knitting.
Isn't that amazing? That's
they're always curious, or like they'll be asking like, "What are you making?" or like, "Wow, like you've gotten that far." And it's just kind of funny, like how people that don't knit or that really don't know much about it are always so curious to find out what you're knitting on.
I get that a lot too. It's I'll go after work sometimes. I'll go and I'll sit at like my local Starbucks and I'll knit, and I always get people that either like stare me down and I'm like avoiding eye contact 'cause I'm like, okay, I'm just watching an episode. If you want to come talk to me, come talk to me. Or I get the people that actually come talk to me, and it's incredible. Like you would be so surprised at how many people are like, oh, my grandmother did this, my aunt did this, and they just think it's so fascinating to see somebody, and like especially like people like our age doing it. I'm like, no, it's actually pretty common, but people still act surprised all the time.
That's the one comment I get is like about my age, like like you were so young, I thought that no one knit anymore, and especially someone around your age, and they don't know.
Yeah, like just look at Rhinebeck. It's been growing every year. Trust me, people are still knitting. Like it's growing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, but I had extra time on my flight home because I was telling you about how we had an emergency landing. Mm-hmm. So, we had to fly into Denver for a little stop because we had a medical emergency on the plane. So,
how long did you end up being laid over there?
It was only an hour and a half.
Okay.
But
it's not too bad.
My day, it was just like such a long day because we woke up that morning at like 6 and we had to be at the airport by 10 and,
right.
Then with the time change, and it ended up just being, I didn't get home till like 12:30 that night.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And then you worked the next day too?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I was so tired yesterday. It was not fun.
Oh.
Not fun.
I swear, you're going to be so exhausted by, like, the end of this, like, next couple weeks because you're traveling again.
But I work today, and I'm going to hopefully work every single day up until we leave on Fridays just so I have more money to spend on some yarn.
Yay! Oh, my gosh.
That's what's getting me through.
Yes, it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
So true.
What's getting me through.
Plus you can nap on your drive. That's a nice thing.
My mom is the one that drives. I'll drive when she starts getting tired, but I'll drive for an hour or two and then she's ready to go again. So I just switch back and I go back to my knitting.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So it's perfect.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe it's so close. Like it's crazy. So
I know.
Crazy.
I know. I wish, like I said, it was a couple days longer. It's just so that
we have more time. I know. We gotta plan it better next year. I feel like we need to build in an extra day for ourselves, even if we don't there's nothing else going on at Rhinebeck. And
definitely, I'll leave on a Thursday and come home on just one extra day would probably make such a big difference.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
yeah.
All right. Do you want to start on what you're working on right now?
Yeah. So, I just cast on while I was getting everything set up, so I don't have a lot knit. But this is actually 2 yarns held together, and I'm knitting the Kobuk pattern. So it's another Caitlin Hunter pattern, of course. I will knit everything. I am so obsessed. It's crazy, but it's a cute hat. And it's knit with I'm using a superwash and then a Rowan Kidsilk Haze, and it's making this super soft haloed fabric, and you, like I said, you really can't see now.
You can see it.
Oh, you can see the halo. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it is so soft, and this whole time I've just been feeling this little strip that I knit. I'm hoping I can knock this out by the end of today because hats are pretty fast for me, And I'm just going to live in this hat. Because I feel like it's going to be wearing, like, an Angora rabbit on my head, kind of soft. Like, it's going to be amazing.
And I always hear anything with, like, the little, you know, like, mohair or anything like that. It makes an extra, like, warmth, an extra layer to the hat.
True.
So,
True.
How is the pattern? I've heard about the pattern. It's kind of like you really have to pay attention.
So I was looking through it. The thing that's kind of annoying is like it starts off where you're doing like your ribbing, but it's ribbing with the knit stitches through the back loop. So you're doing these twisted stitches, which is kind of hard with the yarn held double because now I'm like paranoid that I'm gonna split it. But I mean, once I get past that, it should be a little bit better. I mean, it's kind of funky because the ribbing doesn't just end like a normal hat. It kind of does this like zigzag thing. So I have to like rib in places.
Like mountaintops almost.
What's that? Oh yeah, it's like mountaintops. So, it'll be interesting. I don't know. It's definitely a lot of stuff that I have to keep track of. And then there's bobbles and everything too. But, I like it. I mean, I love her patterns. I always do. They are always so well written, and I just love the finished objects. So even if it's a lot of work, I know I'm going to wear this like a ton. Yeah. So yeah,
it's worth it.
Definitely. But besides that, I'm still working on the Betula shawl that I showed last time. So I didn't bring it with me because I haven't knit anything else on it. Because I put that down and I actually picked up and finished my Zweig sweater in the like last in between episode time, like the 2 weeks I remember. So
I can't believe you. Woo, that's a lot of knitting. That's a lot of knitting. I don't know how you did it.
It was a lot. Honestly, the gauge is what saved me because I kept thinking, I'm like, fingering weight sweater, there's no way I'm gonna finish this, and like I had like less than 2 weeks or something. I mean, it was like something crazy. Yeah. But once I got past the lace, it was fine. It flew after that. And I always heard that like the little like X patterns that are on the body and the arms of the sweater slow people down. But I cable without a cable needle, so I didn't have any problems with that. And the gauge was like I said, it was knitting up so fast. So I finished like one of the sleeves in a day. Like I just sat down and knocked it out in a few hours, and it was awesome.
That's my thing. Is sleeves take me so long.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they do. Do you use magic loop or double pointed needles?
It depends on the pattern and what I'm doing. So for this one, I used magic loop, and so since it was like a slightly tighter pattern, I had to like just gauge it correctly to make sure I wasn't like cabling over like a gap. But I'll use the double points if it's just like I'm going to do stockinette and I can go down. I don't have to worry about any patterning. I think the only time I did anything different was for the Guthrie because the sleeve circumference was so big. I could actually fit it on a 16-inch, and that was great because that was so fast. Yeah. But I mean, like, Caitlin Hunter's patterns in general are so oversized that I can usually, like, work a little bit easier on that. Yeah. But for this one, I also sized down on the sleeves because I knit the small sweater because I didn't want this to be oversized, and then I sized down on the sleeves and went down to the extra small because a lot of the patterns I saw, the sleeves were just so big, and then they were supposed to kind of be like belled sleeves at the bottom. I'm like, I don't want that. I want it like tighter fitting. So it turned out perfect. Like I'm so happy with how everything worked out. So
it's so cute. And what yarn did you use for it?
So the pink is Air de Lune, and she's an independent dyer. I think she's either originally from France or French Canada. I'm not sure, so I had to double check on that one. And it's her Brooklyn Brownstone color, and it is just like the most perfect pink. Like I am in love with this. And then the yoke is done in Cloud 9 fibers, and it's the silk merino blend, and it's actually a single ply, which made me nervous, but it worked out really well with this pattern. So
did you block it? It looks like you couldn't. It's very pretty.
I just blocked it. I had a blocking party on Friday because I finished it at like 11 o'clock at night, and I was like, I'm not even waiting. I'm sewing in the ends because this one needs to be blocked. Like the other ones I could get away with not blocking, but this one with the lace, I'm like, I have to block this. So I blocked it, and it dried in like a day because it's so lightweight. So
wow. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. Well, let's see what I have going on here. I am still working on the Anker Sweaterr. I didn't take this with me on vacation just because I didn't want anything like huge on my lap or huge to carry.
Right.
But I have quite a bit done as well. I'll definitely be able to finish this by this weekend. So here it is in all of its glory.
Oh my gosh.
I know the pattern. I don't remember what it says to knit the body.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I haven't looked at it. But I think I was at like 13.5 inches the last time I checked.
Okay.
And I want to go to like 15 inches and then do like maybe like 2 inches of ribbing.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I think that's what I did with the last like sweater that I did, and it's a good fit as long as it doesn't stretch out like too much when I block it.
Right.
So I'm not going to block this before I go on vacation. Like, I've already washed it, and I washed it in Tuft Woolens chai latte, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So it smells good already, and I know, like, you know, it's not going to bleed, and I don't need to really set the stitches or, you know, make them even. It looks, you know, it's good enough. Like, I'm not too picky. So I think if I have, like, a solid night of knitting, or even in the car on the way there, that it'll be done. So that's exciting.
I can't believe how fast you knit. Like, I'm always amazed. Like, you'll send pictures and you're like, okay, I finished this arm and I just knocked this one out too. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Well, I feel like I'm a pretty slow knitter, so that's kind of funny. I don't know, you know, maybe it's like basic, like just stockinette stitch. I'm pretty quick, but I don't know. I do have dog hair all over it, but hey, it's just part of its charm, I guess.
Exactly.
So, and then this is just DK weight yarn that I bought from the Fiber Expo in Ann Arbor that was undyed, and then I dyed it myself.
Beautiful.
So I'm so excited for that to be done. It just looks so cozy, you know?
It does.
That's my biggest thing with sweaters. I love cozy sweaters.
Same. Which is another reason why I knit everything Kaylin Hunter, because I feel like her patterns just look so cozy.
And the funny thing is with her, like, you know, epic fail on my Tecumseh because it blocked way too big, but that's partly my fault, so whatever.
Are you gonna steek it and turn it into a cardigan?
I don't know. I feel like if it's a cardigan, it'll just look funny.
Yeah.
Because it's so big.
Yeah.
I don't know, and the sleeves are so big, so I just might rip it out. I'm not, like, I won't freak out or anything, so
well,
I don't get too scared.
Bring it with you to Rhinebeck, and we can always play around with, like, ways you can maybe do, like, mattress stitch and kind of, like, cinch it in a couple places and see if that works.
Sorry, let me fix my hair real quick.
You're good. Me.
These fall out of my ears so bad. I don't know if anyone else has that problem.
It happens to me all the time. It's so annoying.
I'm like, do I have funny ears or what? It's so annoying. But besides that, I am knitting on a pair of socks that I just started. I started them on the flight home on Friday.
Oh, they're so pretty.
Yeah, it's the Spun right round. Again, I never know what I do with the ball band, so at least I know who dyed the yarn. Mm-hmm. But so it's beautiful yarn. I love all the speckles.
It knits up so nice because, like, compared like of how it looked in the cake to how it's knitting up, it's so different.
I was a little nervous with the cake, but I love how it's knitting up. So, and then I had a few extra stitch markers or charms left from making the stitch markers for the stitch marker swap, and so I put a lobster clasp on the little charm.
Yes.
And made a paper.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so I have a few extra of those left. So that, and then I am using the Addy. What are they? The Addy flip sticks, flexi flips. So. I did the size 0. This is the first time I've ever used size 0s, but what I'm told is that Addy's sizing is a little bit different than everyone else, that their sizing is a little bit larger.
I've heard that.
So, yeah, so I've heard that this is like similar to like a normal 1. So I'm not quite sure. That's just what I heard, but I have to say they are not my favorite.
Yeah.
They hurt my hands. I think it's because the way I hold the yarn and the way I knit.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happens with the 9-inch circulars. So I think it's just how I'm holding the yarn. But
I think
it's
so.
what it is.
For me, like, I'm a picker with my yarn, and it doesn't work for the 9-inch circulars. Like, I've tried, and it hurts my hands, it makes them cramp up, and then I'm not enjoying my knitting because I'm so stressed about, like, how I'm holding it, and the needles are so short, I feel like I have to, like, knit with my pinkies out. Like, it's so crazy, and I kind of, like, when I knit, I like to grip, like, the needles, and that's why I love, like, signature needles where you can get, like, the 6-inch long, like, tips instead of having them, like, shorter because they sit so well in my hands. So I've just given up. I just figured, like, I'm fast enough on Magic Loop and I'm fine with the speed that I'm knitting at that the 9 inches just don't work for me. I don't know.
It's like so awkward. I don't know what it is. And when you say you said you're a flicker?
I'm a picker.
Yeah. I don't know the difference really. So does that mean the yarn's in your left hand?
Yeah, so I hold the yarn in my left hand, and when I'm knitting, I will just, like, put it through, and then I kind of, like, pick the yarn and pull it through instead of, like, holding it in my right hand and wrapping it around, like, every stitch while I'm knitting. So I've always heard it, like, pick, and then I think flick is when you hold it and you wrap it, but I'm not. I could be totally wrong.
Well, that's what I do. I do, like, I don't know. I feel like the way you do it is so, like, sophisticated looking. Like, just so, and I'm here, like, the chunky way, like, wrapping it around. But, I mean, hey, it works.
Yeah. That's honestly how I learned to knit, was the way that you do it. And I knit like that for, like, 3 years. And the only reason I taught myself to do the other style of knitting is I wanted to see if I would go faster. Because with knitting and purling, I felt like it was taking a while to, like, move the strand back and forth. And it definitely helps, just with, like, my knitting speed. Like, I can flip back and forth between knitting and purling with no problem. So I like it. And then it's helped, too, with color work, because then I can hold both, like, a strand in each hand and go a little bit faster. So I like that.
And that's funny because, like, when I do color work, I have no problem holding the yarn like that. Uh-huh. Because I have something, like, holding my fingers down on both sides. Right. So, I don't know. It's strange. I'm weird. What can I say? Like, it is what it is.
I love it.
And super sad story. I traveled with my bag, and I had my enamel pins on there without locking backs.
No.
So I've lost 2 of my pins.
No. Oh my gosh.
And the one of them was, like, from my boyfriend, and I still haven't told him I lost it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is so sad.
Like, yeah, and I'm, like, super sad because it was, like, my favorite one ever, and I went online to, like, go buy another one without him noticing, so, like, I could just, you know, make up for it, but I couldn't find it.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm a little upset.
That's so sad. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
It makes me so nervous. Like, I know that's something that Leah talked about, is she likes patches instead of pins because it's, like, they can fall off so easily. And I always get nervous with mine because I feel like they just dangle, like, the way that they sit on my fringe bag. Like, they just kind of, like, stick out, and I'm worried they're just going to catch on something and pull off. And
they do have the locking back ones.
That's true.
And they're not too expensive. You can get, like, 70 of them for, like, $6 on Etsy.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
Okay. I gotta do that.
So, yeah, it's definitely affordable. So, we've talked about your Zweig. Mm-hmm. Do you have any other finished objects?
I have one more. So, yesterday, I'm calling it, like, Hatapalooza, because I have, like, all these hat patterns that I wanted to knit. Mm-hmm. So I sat down and knocked out one of them yesterday, and this is called the Brackett Hat. And it's, like, knit on Aran weight yarn, so going from a fingering weight sweater to Aran weight yarn, of course I was going to finish it in a day, because, I mean, it just knit up in no time. So it's a little bit big. Like, if I put it on, I feel like it fits well, but I think I wanted it to be, like, a little tighter fitting. But what I ended up doing, especially with the ribbing, because I didn't want to pick it out and reknit it is I did mattress stitch, like evenly spaced across the brim, so you can't really see at all like where I did it, but it cinched it in enough that I now feel like it's fitted enough on my head, and I put a little pom-pom on top.
It looks really good though.
Thank you. I
like that style.
I love like the slightly oversized slouchy hats, and I think my only problem with this one is it was just not the like hat itself wasn't long enough to give it a proper amount of slouch, so when I put it on I felt like it looked weird, but I also feel like, you know, when you look at something for too long and no matter like at that point like it's not going to look good because you've just been staring at it and staring at it and staring at it. So like today I feel better about it, and I think when I'm wearing it I'll love it even more, but I put a poof on it last night and that helped too. So the yarn is Fancy Tiger Crafts Heirloom Romney, I want to say. It's just one of the lines that they have there, and I think the color itself is called Squash, but it's like this kind of nice like rusty browny orange, and it almost matches my Trace sweater that I knit a couple weeks or a couple months ago. So
I like that color.
Oh, I feel like it's the perfect fall like browny orange, and it's gonna go with a lot of the stuff I wear this time of year.
Like almost like a honey brown.
Yeah,
looks like.
Exactly.
Oh, it's really pretty.
Thanks. So that was my other
rich looking
finished object, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna rock that at least in the mornings at Rhinebeck because I know it's gonna be chilly before it warms up a bit. So
definitely, yeah. You get there early. I don't know if I'll be there that early.
I know. I know. At least
I like
Saturday.
my sleep.
I like sleeping in, and it's so funny because this year is like the first year that I've been this close to Rhinebeck, so I feel like I'm going to be up extra early because I know I don't even have to drive, so then I'm just going to get so excited, and it's like Christmas, honestly.
We'll see. Maybe I'll get up early, too.
Well, you can get up early the day that you stay over, because then you can just ride in with us, and that works.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
So I have 2 finished objects.
Yay.
So one I finally finished the socks.
Woohoo! They look so
they
good.
Are done. I know, I'm kind of jealous. I wish they were in my size. So, excuse me. The yarn is, like I said, I think it's Gnome Acres.
Mm-hmm.
And then the heels and the toes are both Leading Men Fiber Arts.
I love it.
Yeah. And like I said, I almost got, to the part where the green was all the green stripe, but I had to finish with a little bit of the blue. So you can see just a tiny bit of the blue in the final stripe.
Oh.
Yeah, but I put it on the bottom, so it's not that big of a deal. You're not going to see it.
Exactly.
So, and then I did an afterthought heel, and I honestly, they're my favorite heels.
Interesting.
I've not used them for myself, so I don't know how they fit.
Okay.
But they're my favorite to knit.
Are they your favorite to knit with, like, striping yarns or just in general?
I've only done them with striping yarns. So both of the last 2 pairs of socks that I've done have been striped socks.
Okay.
So, and those are the ones I use the afterthought heel. So maybe it'll be different.
I like them for striping yarns because you can just keep going and you're not going to interrupt the color repeat. But then I'm so bad. I feel like afterthought heels for me are like second sock syndrome, where I finish the socks and then I'm like, oh, now I got to put these heels in, and I just get so lazy.
And I'm different because, like, I know how quick they are.
True.
And so, like, when I know how fast it is just to get them done, I'm just like, heck yeah, let's do this. So,
right. Knock it out.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's the socks. And then, guess what? I learned how to...
Yes! Oh my god, it looks so good.
Yes. So, I used the Brioche cherry pattern. It took me about 6 or 7 attempts to finally finish it. Excuse me. And it was just because I would get to a part when I was knitting and realize I made a mistake, and I had no idea how to fix my mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, like, the biggest problem that I had. Like, once I figured out how to do everything else, it was not difficult at all. I did lose my spot in the pattern at one point, which I am happy I did, because what I ended up doing, so each of these patterns are supposed to be, like, this pattern's supposed to be the same size as this pattern up top.
Okay.
But you can tell the second one's a little longer than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So it just gives it a little bit of, like, more slouch, and I wanted that in the hat anyways, so it works out in my favor.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, and I love both sides. Like, they both sides look so good.
I'm glad you went with that color combination, because I feel like it really, really pops.
And I like both sides, so I'll, wear either side. So I guess I do have a hat for this weekend as well. Yeah. And I have big poofy hair, so I have to have, like, big slouchy hats.
Same. Yeah.
It's pretty cute.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that is my 2 finished objects. So I was pretty happy with all the stuff that I got done, considering, I hadn't even started this last week. So
exactly. And it's your first brioche. So on top of that, I mean, can we just talk about your shawl for a second? Because that's so beautiful, and I keep admiring it.
So this is the shawl I was wearing when I met you.
Oh my gosh!
So maybe I wasn't wearing it, but you were wearing one that looked exactly like it in
yes!
the same colors. That's what it was. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's why I started talking to you.
Yes.
I think the yarn is 3 Irish Girls. I got it from Stitches Midwest 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. It's a Josh Reich's pattern. And I got it from, like, the Stephen B booth. So it's kind of a different, it's not huge. It's a smaller shawl. But it's, like, perfect, It's, like, not too big. It's easy to tie around your neck. Yeah. And, like, these are my colors. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Trying to get me, but so.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's so funny. I forgot about that, because I remember that. So Rhinebeck 2016, I had, like, just finished the shawl that I knit with, like, almost the same colors, and it was herbarium, and it was, like, this interesting combination of slip stitches that kind of made it look like color work, and it's a similar, like, shape, too, of, like, a kind of, like, offset triangular shawl, and I loved that pattern, and I remember us talking about it, because that's hilarious, like, I kept looking at it, I'm like, that shawl is so beautiful, and then I, like, completely forgot that was one of the things that got us talking that first Rhinebeck.
Yeah, there's a bee, like, right in front of me right now.
Oh no!
Like, sitting on my computer.
Oh my gosh.
That's good. So, all right. Let me get adjusted real quick. So, do you have any acquisitions to show?
So yeah, I mean, I guess they're technically acquisitions. So I signed up for the Ritual Dyes Fall Yarn Club, and I got 2 shipments so far, and it was weird because one shipment, like the first one, shipped the first week of October, and then I got the second shipment yesterday, so it was, like, really late for the first shipment, which should have gone out in September, and then, like, middle of the month for the second one. I am not excited about these colors at all. So you've seen the first one. So this doesn't say fall to me at all. It's like a washed out, like, lemon yellow. It's odd. I don't know. And then this was the one I got yesterday, which is just, like, brown. So I feel like her colors are so incredible, and I was expecting so much. And then it's like, I pulled this out and I'm like, literally, there's not even, like, speckles to it. It's just, like, a flat brown. And I was like, okay, like, I guess this will be good to pair with another color and a pattern, but it's just so not what I was expecting, which is, like, always the risk you run with signing up for a club.
You wanted something exciting and, like, ooh, but, like, not so plain. I understand. Right.
So we'll see, but this one is called Black Walnut, and then this one is called Lichen. So I don't know. I'm going to see what the third color is. Maybe I can work them together into a pattern, and if not, I know at least this one, like, I can they'll either make a really, really nice pair of socks for me, because I love, like, neutral colors for socks sometimes after I've done, like, crazy colors. So this will be a nice pair of socks. And then this will be a good accent color in a shawl, I feel like.
Yeah,
so
it's very different, that color.
It's,
like I said, it reminds me, it's a very Perry color.
It really does look, and I feel like you can't tell as much in this lighting, but it has those, like, brownish green tints to it, like, especially here, that does give that pear feel, which, yeah, so we'll see. But
I think they go well together, though, too, at the same time.
True. So that's why I'm curious to see what the third color is. And yeah, maybe that'll kind of, like, bring it all together, and I'll find something to do with it.
I'm not familiar with her stuff.
So I've been following her for probably 2 years on Instagram, and this is actually the first yarn I've ever gotten, because she does updates and stuff, and they sell out, and her colors are always so nice, but then I just, like, chicken out and don't buy anything. But I do have the Knitter's backpack, which I know, like, I'm obsessed with. I've talked about it before, and that to me is, like, the ultimate bag, because I use it as a purse now, and it's amazing. Like, we used it last night. We went to go watch Hocus Pocus in the park, and we snuck like mulled wine in, and I was like, here, take this bag, because it's so big and, like, so deep. So, like, my friends are just like, they had a huge thermos of mulled wine, so they just, like, put it in there and walked it in, and I'm like, okay, we're good. But yeah, so I love the Knitter's backpack. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. I'm probably gonna buy another one at Indie Untangled, because I just love it so much, and it's a good knitting backpack for sure, but it's a good, like, everyday purse too.
Yeah, which then you can justify the price too, when you're not just using it for knitting.
And honestly, it's only a few dollars more than buying a fringe field bag, but I feel like it's way more versatile. Like, the fringe field bag is just a project bag. Like, I wouldn't use that necessarily as a purse, because I don't feel, like, as secure about it. But the Knitter's backpack, like I said, I use it for everything. It holds my knitting, like, my fringe field bag, other random crap I throw in there, like food, water bottles, like everything, and I love it. It's good.
All right. Well, I have, let's see what I got. Let's see. I got my shipment of my Progress Keeper from the Gnome Knitter.
Ooh, that ships so fast. Oh my gosh.
Yep. And she sent this extra little bell Progress
Keeper. So cute.
Yeah. It's always nice to get little extras, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like it's cute packaging too. I love cute packaging.
Yes.
So I got the elf, I don't know what it is exactly. I just love Elf, you know, when he sits down at the table.
Yeah.
And he's making his, I think it's breakfast.
Yep.
And he just ends up piling stuff on top of his spaghetti, or I don't remember exactly. So there it is.
Oh my gosh.
You can see it. There's a chocolate Pop-Tart, spaghetti, sprinkles.
It's so cute.
Little chocolate chunks. And it is so cute. There's so much work put into this. Like, you know, they're expensive, but, as you see, the Pop-Tart is so cute and so, made so well.
Mm-hmm. It's just the detail, getting the spaghetti to actually look like spaghetti on a plate. Not, it's amazing.
And in the Pop-Tart, it looks so real, too.
I know. Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah, so that was exciting. I was so excited. I came home to so many bags from vacation because I ended up spending quite a bit of money on our game that we're going to play to get some extras to put in. So I bought quite a few things on Amazon, and then I had some other things. My friend's mom about a year ago came in and saw me at work, and she was like, you know, Chelsea, I have all this yarn. She goes, I have knitting needles, I have a project bag. She goes, do you want it?
Oh my god.
And my first thought was no. I have so much yarn. I do not want acrylic yarn.
Right.
I have acrylic yarn, you know what I mean?
Right.
For projects that I need, you know, just I don't need any more acrylic yarn, I'm good. But then she told me it was from our yarn shop in town, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll take a look at it.
Right.
So she brought it in, and she brought in, it was Madeline Tosh. It was, she brought me in a set of Addie Click interchangeable needles.
Oh my gosh.
Like $200. She brought in like just so much stuff and gave it all to me and just like said, here, take it. It was probably at least $400 to $500 worth of stuff. She's like, I'm not going to use it. I thought I was going to like knitting more than I actually do.
Oh my
and
gosh.
So she just gave me all this stuff, and it's all brand new stuff. Like brand new. Like it still has tags on it.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
With the price tags. If this is right, it says $72,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know if that's like, I mean, it could be, but it's just this cute little bag that, you know, I'm not going to use. So I'm like, okay, let's pass it on. She passed it on to me. So
Yeah.
it's perfect, like sitting next to you on the couch. It has pockets on the outside.
Oh, nice.
And pockets on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a great little bag. And I figured, you know, I'm not going to be able to like put this in the like cellophane ball, but what I'll do is I'll put a ticket in there. And if they unravel the ticket, then I'll just give them the bag.
That's a good idea.
So the brand is called Attenti.net or Attenti. I've not heard of it before, but
I like it.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep coughing. I still can't get over this.
Oh.
Cold. Ooh, bee. Oh, goodness. So, I'm also going to put in, they're all over me. I got these enamel pins from Lucky Brand, and they say Wanderlust on them.
Oh,
Wanderlust.
I love that.
Yeah, so I got 2 of those. I have some more progress keepers that I made. So here's some of the extra,
The unicorns.
yeah, extra unicorn ones.
Oh my gosh.
And then I also made, like, throughout the, like, last year when we were doing stitch marker swaps on Instagram, I was making these little bottled with, like, glitter. So I have a whole bunch of these left over. So, I'm going to put those in, like, little baggies and put in there. I'm going to try to go pretty quickly with all this because there is a lot of stuff. This is another gift, excuse me, that my friend's mom gave me. It's a shawl pin, and these are, like, this is $21.
Yeah,
like,
that
like
shawl
I said,
pin has been on my list forever. Like,
okay, well, maybe you can have this.
I know.
I'll give it to you. Sorry, people. That's yours.
This lady, like, she went all out. She's like, I'm just going to jump into this.
And that's what she did. And, like, she gave me books and you know what I mean? It was crazy. I have this Donegal Aran Tweed skein of yarn.
Oh, beautiful.
And then I have, I'm not quite sure what these are, but I'm sure they're from the yarn shop. They're little dangly things for maybe your project bags or just keychains or.
Oh, those are cute.
Yeah. So more things she gave me. I'll never use these, so I thought I'd pass them on. Another thing, I probably can't put in the cellophane ball, but they're like wooden knitting needles, size 19. So, all right. And then, I contacted a few people on Etsy, and, so I had a few donations with mini skeins, and this is from Beach Bum Yarn Co. So she sent me 2 mini skeins, and these are so pretty.
Oh my gosh. That's going to knit up so beautifully, too.
Yeah, those are so pretty. Okay, another shawl pen, a wooden shawl pen from my friend's mom.
Nice.
And then I also got from Helen's Pearls on Etsy a ton of stitch markers and progress keepers.
Oh my gosh.
A ton. And they're really cute. They're just little glass beads. I don't know if you can see them, but they're just little glass bead progress keepers.
Beautiful. Has she done our stitch marker swaps in the past? Like the ones that you've organized on Instagram?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe she did. I'm not sure. And then I bought, okay, these are my favorite, especially for sleeves. These bulb pins. So I bought a whole bunch of these, so I'm going to divide those up and be able to put those in some bags.
Yay.
I got these, like, knitting cats.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like I said, I bought so much stuff. I thought these would be perfect to go in, like, project bags for, like, notions, the little unicorn bags.
Yeah.
So I got those. And then I got some cactus ones.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the best.
And then also I got from Living Rainbow Fiber Company. She sent me a whole bunch of mini skeins.
Oh.
And then I told you I bought a ton of stuff. I bought these, like, scissors because I thought those would be good to go in your project bag.
Yeah.
They're little, like, they like package up really well so that you don't have to worry about, you know, like them sticking a hole in your project bag. So they're capped and then they come apart.
Oh my gosh.
And they're just little snips.
That's awesome.
And the last thing that I got were these two Promise Keeper stitch marker boxes, which I use these and they're, like, so great to have. Mm-hmm. Obviously way bigger than the other, and they're both, like, perfect though. So one would be great in just, like, a project bag, and the other one would be great to just have lying around. So they open up and they have little compartments. So that's one.
Love those.
And then here's the bigger one.
Those are so good too if you're doing, like, a beaded project to keep, like, your little seed beads in. Definitely. I love those things.
So yeah, I got quite a few things. I need to cool my jets now and not purchase everything for this. I just love this kind of stuff. That's why I do it though. So
it's fun because it's like, it's a chance, like, you're putting something together and it's a chance to, like, start a new tradition at Rhinebeck and have this go year after year. And I'm sure, like, it's going to be huge this year and it's just going to keep growing and you'll probably get more sponsors next year. And
that was my biggest thing is that, like, I wanted to have enough stuff for, like, lots of people to win.
Right.
So I don't know. Hopefully there's enough stuff.
How many people do you have signed up for the bag swaps?
To be honest with you, I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Maybe like 20 for Saturday and 10 for Sunday.
Okay.
Like, I could be way off. That's just a guess. I never, like, counted because we didn't need to have a cap. We didn't need,
Right.
So
That's
why I was just like, okay, fine. It was just to get an idea of who would be there. And
yeah. Oh my gosh. I think it's going to be so much fun. I'm so glad that I finished my bags because that was, like, the one thing I was really freaking out about because I'm not.
I know.
I don't sew.
I have a feeling that, like, people are not going to show up because they're going to wait till last minute.
Yeah.
And then just not have enough time, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I mean, I haven't even made mine yet. So that's my goal for tonight is to start those.
The nice thing is, like you said, people can buy bags if they want to. And the way that you're doing it, it makes more sense. Like, if it ends up being, like, 3 people that go, you can still have a successful swap, which is great.
Yeah.
So, I love it.
And, like, that's why I wanted everyone to be able to, like, if they weren't a sewer, just to be able to purchase a bag and then they could be involved as well.
Exactly. So. I almost did that, but I do have to say thank you because you totally inspired me to actually attempt sewing. Like, I feel like I'm happy with how the bags turned out. Like, I actually lined my bags and everything, so it's like a step up from what I thought it was going to be. And I never sew. Like, it's just one thing. Like, I have a sewing machine. I never sew. So it was exciting. Like, it was a good push to try something different.
There are so many good tutorials out there. So, and that's the biggest thing, especially with YouTube. You can slow the video down. You can pause, like,
right.
It's, like, it's possible. So
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we announce the winner from our Instagram giveaway now?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so we had almost 900 people enter, which is crazy, and I have the winner. So I'll post on Instagram, just letting people know that we've announced the winner on the podcast, but the winner is javasuann. So I'll just make a comment too in our show notes, and I'll link to her profile, I guess, or list her profile so she can come in and check it out. But javasuann, send me just a direct message on Instagram with your address, and then we can get the skein sent out to you, unless you're going to Rhinebeck, and then we can deliver it in person. So let us know, but congratulations, and I have the skein here. So you're winning this amazing skein of Hedgehog. It's their skinny singles, and the color is birthday cake. So it's beautiful.
That's so pretty.
Yeah, the Hedgehog is always amazing. So congratulations. Yay.
So well, I have one more thing to show. I have recently started hand dyeing yarn, and my shop update will be today, which is Sunday the 14th. I'm going to put it live at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. I'm just starting with a few skeins, and I thought I would show you if you'd like to stick around and watch, see what I have. Like I said, there's not going to be a ton put in there yet. I'm going to have fingering weight and DK weight. So just starting small, just to get my foot out there, and then we'll see where this goes.
Yay.
I mean, and I have to say, I had so much fun doing this. Like, so much fun.
I'm so glad that
my goal,
you did.
What was that?
I'm so glad that you did. I was just glad, too, that you decided to take the plunge and actually start dyeing. It's great.
Excuse me. My goal was to start with colors that you could use for garments. That was like my first step. Like, I wanted stuff that had, dimension and had, speckles too, but nothing too crazy. Because that's like, I'm just not the type to wear like a crazy bright colored sweater or, so, and there's a time and a place, and I have dabbled, but right now I'm sticking with more subdued or just more tonal yarns with light speckling. So these, what I'm going to show, are just all my fingering weight yarns.
Okay.
That I have. So the first one, all my fingering weight is a 4-ply right now. That's going to be in this update. It's 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. There's 420 yards. So the first color is Quagmire.
Oh, so beautiful.
So, it's like a mossy green, and then there's like little speckles of like navy blue, like a honeyish, orangish brown, maybe a slight little red speckles as well. But overall, it's like a mossy green. So I don't know if you can see the speckles on there or not.
Oh,
but
so pretty.
It's really pretty. So that's the first one. The second one is like, I want to knit a sweater out of this. I was thinking of doing the, what's Andrew Amari's new sweater design? That's like a crop with the Nurture.
I don't remember what the name is, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think it's called Nurture, but I wanted to do a full size one. Mm-hmm. Not really into the crop sweaters, but this is called Hold Me.
Yeah.
It's like an icy bluish green mint color. So it's just very subtle, and I just think it's so pretty. And I didn't say, I named my yarn Driftwood Dyeworks. I guess I should have said that. So,
the purple.
This is my purple that I have right now. I've called it Mary Berry because I'm obsessed with the Great British Baking Show. And so it's purple with like speckles of like a fuchsia pink.
I love it.
Then I have this brown. Has a little bit of speckle as well. It's called Maple Bark. Kind of reminds me of bacon in a way. I don't know. Who doesn't love bacon?
I could see that.
And then the last one is Winifred. So it's like a burgundy reddish una.
Yes.
Like a an orange.
Oh my gosh.
So,
that's the perfect name for that color.
So, yeah. So there it is. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, tonight is the first update. If you want to see more pictures, you can check out, there is an Instagram that I've started, Driftwood Dyeworks. I'll take more photos so everyone can see what they look like too in photos.
Yay!
That's it for me. I don't know if you have anything else to share this week.
No, it's just countdown to Rhinebeck. That's it.
And if you see us, just say hello.
Yes.
I'm very shy, by the way.
But
I really am.
We'll be there together, so.
Slightly awkward and very shy, so it's a great combination.
I feel like I'm the same way. I feel like I'm more outgoing on social media, and then when I get somewhere, I'm like, okay, just kidding. Like, I get so nervous. I see, like, designers and podcasters, and I'm like, I'm not going to go up to them. But, can we just segue into the dare that happened this week?
Yeah, and that's why I said I'm, like, super shy. That took so much out of me. Let's just put it there.
But that was so cool.
Yeah. When I was in LAX airport, my brother was pushing my nephew in the stroller, and this guy pretty much ran into him. My brother looked at me and he goes, Chelsea, he goes, did you see who that was? And I was like, no, it just looked like a man with a beard. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
No, it's like, I have no idea who it is.
Yeah.
And he was like, he goes, I am 100% positive that that's Seth Rogen. And I was like, no. So I'm like looking at him and I was like, well, maybe it could be, but I don't think so. And he was walking a dog, and I was like, okay, well, you know, with today's internet, I'm sure I can find out what kind of dog he has. And sure enough, it was him and the dog. So, I sent Melanie a photo and I was like, because I was too chicken to go say anything at first. I was like, I was like, can you guess who this is from the back? Let me see if I can find it. And I took a picture of him from behind because I'm a creepy person like that. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's probably too dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll have to, it's just a picture of a man from behind.
Yeah.
So, and it could be anyone. And so then I was like, yeah, it was Seth Rogen. She was like, you know, everyone's like, no way. And I was like, yes. So then my brother, being the person who he is and probably slightly obsessed with him, found out where he was sitting, and like he was trying to be like nonchalant, and like I said, he's a person, like he just looks like everyone else, you know.
Right.
So my nephew was hanging out with me, and my brother was walking around, and he saw where he was sitting, and he goes, Chelsea, he's over there sitting, like you should go get a picture with him. And I, like I said, slightly awkward, very like shy.
Yeah.
Can't speak in public very well. And I just had minor freakouts. So my brother was like, I dare you. And I was like, oh, crap. Like, someone dares me, I'm going to do it.
Uh-huh.
So he goes, take the baby. So he handed me my nephew, and who was in the middle of eating mini muffins and had them all over. And I walk up to him, and he's like sitting by himself with his wife and the dog. Uh-huh. And I was like, excuse me? And I was like so scared. I was like, I'm sorry to bug you, but, and I stopped. Thinking like he already knew what I was going to ask, but I didn't want to ask because then maybe if I didn't ask, it wasn't so weird. And
right.
Like, this is what goes through my head, like overanalyzing. Yeah. And I was like, and he looked at me like, what do you want? You know, like, I was like, can I just have a photo with you? Yeah. And he was like, yeah, sure. No problem. So plopped Christopher, my nephew, on my lap. And he was like, you know, he goes, let me take it for you. And I said, okay, perfect. Oh, you know, like I can get my good side then. Yeah. No, I'm joking. But I was like, yeah, please. And so he goes to take the photo, and it was a video. So he starts videoing us, like, and we're both like has this grin on our face, and then he has that like laugh that yeah, you can hear it a little bit in the video of him laughing.
That's awesome.
So then he turned it on the photo and he took the picture, and I just said thank you so much, and I listened to Dax Shepard's podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just love Dax Shepard and I love Kristen Bell, so I had just listened to the one with Seth Rogen, like, not even a week ago. And
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I just listened to you on Jack Shepherd. And I was like, thank you so much. And I was like, bye. And I walked away.
Oh.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, if you wanna see the picture, I did post it on Instagram. My brother was like, you are not posting that on social media. But I was like, it took a lot of courage for me to do this. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna tag him, but I'm gonna do it. You know. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it was pretty exciting.
Yeah. That was, like, so crazy. Like, I felt like we were getting, like, a play-by-play as it was going down, and then all of a sudden it's just like, wait, what? You took a picture? What? It was awesome.
So, yeah, so that happened, and then I was looking at his social media, his Instagram, and he was actually at Disney World or Disneyland the same time we were. So.
Oh, my gosh. So you could have seen him there, too. That's crazy.
So, yeah, so it was pretty exciting. Just a way to, like, end the trip, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. Well, we're going to actually record, I think if we have enough time next week, we're going to be together and we're going to record an episode. So
Yay. Maybe
we're excited for that.
Might be able to convince Christy to join in, and we'll have 3 people smushed together trying to get it on the screen. But
perfect.
Yeah, I'm bringing my laptop and we'll record. It'll be great. And we're taking all the pictures. I think, so Caitlin Hunter's going. We should hunt her down on whatever day we wear our Guthrie sweaters and take a picture with her, if we can find her. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a plan. But we'll see you next week.
All right. Have fun knitting.
Have fun knitting. Bye.
Bye, guys.